June 28th, 2008. Well, I woke up in a 3 times better mood today. Yup, no crying spells. Hi everybody, I'm Nick, the one with the crying spells. And you guessed it, today we're going to be reading through my journals from when I was 16. This is not a new idea. I've seen lots of other videos where people go through their teenage journals and diaries. I'm not saying that I'm the first one to think of this. I'm just saying that I have lots and lots of source material. I meticulously journaled every day from the time that I was 15 to 18. And let me tell you, I was a nightmare at this time of my life. I'm sure it's like the same kind of stuff that all teens go through, you know, unrequited love and angst and figuring out self-identity. But I did not do it with grace or dignity. But let's get to the good stuff. Also worth noting is that it's not just pages of writing, it's also physical memorabilia from the time. For instance, here is a ticket stub to the movie Final Destination 3D. This was my freshman year of college, and I wrote next to it, "This was my first New York City date with the costume dresser, who is good friends with Anne Hathaway." Anybody who's friends with Anne Hathaway is gonna be the worst person ever. I really mean that. This is my fake ID. It says that my name is Nicholas Duremio. I used my real name because I didn't want it to be that fake. As far as I know, that's a completely fictional address, but I worked very hard to memorize it. You'll notice, by the way, on the back, there is just nothing. It's just basically a blank card. This worked a surprising amount of times. You live and learn. Can we talk about this cover art? Not only did I just do the serial killer decoupage with my name, but if you look closely, all of the text that I cut out and glued onto this are relevant for some reason. Let me show you what I mean. This is really confusing. This little bit here is from a review from an episode of Laguna Beach, a sign of the times. It was my dream at this age to move to Los Angeles. I wanted to be a socialite and I wanted to be a star. I made it. Someone tell younger me it's gonna be okay. There was no consoling me. I was sure that I knew everything, and because of that, I was determined to be miserable. Also, I will say this, my personal relationships were not in order, as you can tell from this excerpt that I'm about to read. Today I got off work 4 hours early. What did I do with that time? Hung out with Andy. Andy was this guy who I was friends with at the time, who was like 10 years older than me, and I thought he was so cool, and he worked at a bank. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. Hi. Anyway, I had a hopeless crush on him, just like I did with everybody that I met. Seriously, there was some guy who I was like infatuated with on MySpace, so I drove to the Target where he worked like an hour and a half away just to like casually pretend to bump into him. Ugh. I still feel pretty embarrassed about that. So yeah, Andy was this cool older guy who I admired, and in this case, I went out to dinner with him. Andy and I were sitting next to each other, and under the table, he was rubbing my legs, and afterwards, we held hands. I really hope he leaves his boyfriend, because he says they've been getting into pretty big fights and already sleep in separate rooms. This is just kind of depressing. Shame on me. I had no respect for the sanctity of his relationship. I just want to go back and like tell this little bitch to go home. You gotta go to bed earlier and you gotta just stop with all of this. You're exhausting. He was like 27 and I was 15. He was never gonna leave his boyfriend for me. I was blind to not see that. I was more blind than any bouncer who accepted this as a form of identification. I just thought the timing was hilarious, and I'm like, oh yeah, we held hands, it was great. His boyfriend needs to die. I would love to pretend like I learned from that, but I got myself into this situation like 6 more times in my youth. This is another guy, same notebook, so within a month and a half, I'm talking about a completely new person that I'm obsessed with. He had his pilot's license, you guys. He could fly a plane, like Sully Sullenberger himself, or Amelia Earhart? Anyway, I'm describing this guy that I was in love with the day after I met him. He's such a good kisser. Yes, I kissed him the day that I met him. We moved fast. He was a pilot, and when we hugged, damn, Scarlett O'Hara style dumb. It's bad how good he made me feel. Ooh, I love that. You just can't do that to a person, and that's it, right? That's the kind of experience that changes both people's lives. I don't know, because you really struggled to get a second date with that guy, Nicholas. But if you say so, yeah, that changes everybody's lives. This has been fun, but it also kind of makes me want to build a raft out of logs and float away into the ocean. So we're gonna wrap it up for tonight, but we'll come back to this, I'm pretty sure. In the meantime, subscribe to my channel so that you never miss another video or embarrassing memory. And also you can follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Vine, for more funny videos and hilarious content. Thanks for joining me as we walked down memory lane together. Give me a thumbs up if you want me to read more traumatic, embarrassing memories. I'll see you next time.